The real estate market around Hilton Head and Bluffton has changed, but most people haven't caught it yet. Homes are sitting longer, buyers are pushing harder, and sellers are starting to feel it. But here's the part that matters. It's not a crash, it's a shift. And if you don't understand it, it can cost you. Hey, it's Carl Kratz with Century 21 Integra Realty in the South Carolina Lowcountry. Let's break down what actually happened in the month of March across Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Hardeeville. And more importantly, what it will mean to you if you're thinking about buying or selling. The biggest story this month is simple: time. Across the entire market, the average time that it has taken a property to sell has nearly doubled compared to this time last year. We're now seeing homes that take 130, 140 days to sell, depending on the area. That's a major shift from the fast-paced market we were used to. But here's the part that most headlines are missing. Buyers didn't disappear. They're just getting more selective. And here's what matters even more. Time on the market is now the biggest leverage point in negotiations. Once a home sits for 60, 90, 120 days, the conversation changes. Sellers become more flexible, buyers gain more negotiating power, and deals start getting structured very differently than they were just a year or two ago. Let's start with Bluffton. Bluffton had a strong month in terms of results. Closed sales were up about 6%. The median price jumped over 10% to $569,000. On the surface, that looks great. But at the same time, homes are taking 143 days to sell, and new listings are down. What that tells me is Bluffton's still in demand, but buyers are taking their time and making more calculated decisions. Here's something important that most people miss when they see prices going up. Price increases right now don't necessarily mean the market is getting stronger. It means fewer lower-priced homes are selling and more higher-priced homes are closing. So the median price goes up. That doesn't mean every home has gained value. It just means the mix of what is selling has changed. And in a smaller market like Hilton Head and Bluffton, with fewer homes that are selling, you're going to have more fluctuations. It's just par for the course. Now let's talk about Hilton Head single-family homes. Sales are flat year over year, and prices dipped slightly to around 1.2 million. Days on market jumped to about 123 days. Translation, serious buyers are still on the market, but they're not overpaying. Condos and villas are where we see more pressure. Prices dropped over 10%, sales dipped slightly, and the days on market increased to about 129 days. This is where buyers are being most cautious, and here's why. Buyers right now aren't just looking at the purchase price, they're looking at the total cost of ownership. You got regime fees, insurance, potential rental restrictions on short-term rentals, and potential second home taxes, which are significantly higher. And if those numbers don't add up, they're walking. Hardeeville tells a different story. More homes have hit the market, nearly 28%, but sales dropped 25%. In addition, prices fell about 11%. Again, homes are taking about 144 days to sell. What this means is buyers have more options, they're negotiating harder, and here's something really important that most people aren't talking about. The strongest activity right now is happening in more affordable price ranges, especially under $350,000. That tells you the buyers are still active, but they're becoming more budget conscious. And at the same time, single-family homes are holding their value better, but condos are seeing more price pressure. What we're really seeing right now is Two different markets happening at the same time. They're homes that are priced right, show well, and are positioned correctly. Those homes are still selling. And then there's everything else. Those homes are sitting. That gap between the two is getting wider and wider. If you're a buyer, this is a much better environment than it was over the past year or two. You have more time to make decisions, more negotiating power, and less pressure to rush. But the good homes, they're still moving. So it's not that it's slow, it's just more balanced. If you're a seller, this is where strategy is more important now more than ever. The biggest mistake that I'm seeing is that sellers are pricing based on last year's expectations. Because in today's market, buyers are comparing everything. They're negotiating more and they're willing to wait. Homes that sell are the ones that are priced correctly from the get-go, show well, are in good condition, and are updated. Makes sense. And here's the reality. A lot of the buyers that I work with don't have to move. They're making a lifestyle decision. So what it really comes down to is, does it make sense financially? Is it worth it right now? And if the answer isn't clear, they'll wait. So here's the bottom line for the March 2026 numbers. This is not a crashing market. It's a market where strategy matters again. And the difference between success and frustration right now comes down to understanding how it actually all works today, not how it worked a year ago. If you're thinking about buying or selling in the South Carolina Lowcountry and want a clear breakdown based on your situation, reach out to me directly. I'll walk you through it so you can make a decision without guessing. I appreciate it and have a great day.